Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be going over the news fairly quickly here without going over theories quite yet. So you can just get the news and then take off if you so choose to. So we do have this new pass, kind of like an EX raid pass, except for we're not too sure how you're going to obtain it. There are bits of codes saying things about in-shop purchase, so we'll just have to see if you're actually going to have to purchase this. But if you did go to GoFest or hear about the day in which they had to leave because of a thunderstorm and then they were actually able to go back in, it was for about an hour. I was personally there. It wasn't my day, but I was with other people who were attending. They actually were able to get an 8-hour makeup day in which anywhere they were in the world, they were able to see GoFest spawns as well as increased shiny rates. Everybody I've talked to who did have that makeup day said it went fairly smooth, and this could be a practice run for what we're about to see for this Colossal event, which is going to be that pink pass. Colossal Pokemon is going to be Regigigas as well as Giga Impact with a power of 9,000. So I have a feeling that this is going to be some sort of ultra raid boss that we're going to all have to attack together as a mass group. So we'll see how all that works. Horndrill and Fisher, one-hit KO moves. Not too sure how they're going to implement that, but as we've seen in the past, Niantic writes their own rules regarding specific moves like Charm that is actually really good. So we can totally see these moves being reworked from what we originally seen in the main series games being a one-hit KO to just doing massive damage. But as we can see, Giga Impact basically is a one-hit kill with a power of 9,000, pretty insane there. Then we have the global ticketed event, which is more coding. So this is probably all going to be revolving around Regigigas, unfortunately. If you like this Pokemon, 2 thumbs up. If you don't like the Regi Trio or this Regigigas as well, just look at it as a new event to attend, and it should be pretty fun experience for sure. Hopefully they can start implementing this with other Pokemon. Obviously they would. I don't think they'll just do Regigigas, so pretty exciting stuff here. And also they did those test runs like we went over for the makeup days for people that ran fairly smooth. So I have a feeling that this is going to be kind of intertwining within that kind of idea, and wherever you're at, you're going to be able to take place in this. So it should be pretty amazing. Let's just hope there's not a paywall behind this or some sort of extravagant thing that you have to do to receive this pass. Moving on, we do have the new loading screen, which was very curious and very amazing. I do have the new one, and I have the loading screen personally myself. Giovanni with his new grunt members. I actually wouldn't even call them grunts, more of like bodyguards or right hand rocket members, I guess. And Giovanni is going to be standing in front of a gym, in which we've been over this many times. Hopefully they are going to start introducing gyms to some degree in this game, because that would just be quite amazing. So first up, we have one of the new rocket members here, and his name is going to be Cliff. Maybe his Pokemon are going to be revolving around high HP and defense style, as he is presented as a big buff bodybuilder looking trainer. So who knows, he even has a goatee with a Pokeball etched in there. It's pretty silly. Now we have Arrow here. This one might be revolving around speed and high attack Pokemon. Who knows, just taking shots in the dark. And if you're thinking, are these going to be new possible leaders for us to join? It's quite possible, but we're not too sure yet. If we're going to be able to change teams to Team Rocket, that'd be amazing. Next up, we have Bayonetta. Just joking. Sierra is her name, and her Pokemon may be revolving around, I have no idea, to be honest with you. But these are the new members here. Not much more details have been put out about them, except for these images, and all we know is they're going to be entering into Pokemon Go fairly soon. Now, people are speculating that we might get Team Rocket as a new team, and these are the team leaders. But more realistically, the holders of the legendary birds, Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos. So should be pretty interesting to see, because they do have the colors that are coordinated on their clothes to a specific legendary bird. So it makes perfect sense, seeing that we do have actually the legendary birds in the code as a shadow form. And with this big update, it would be perfectly fitting to see them coming in with the legendary birds on their side for us to possibly catch. Alrighty, so we're over here on the Go Hub. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have going on for the new update. New Shadow Pokemon. As you can see here, quite a few ghost types, including Sableye. And then taking a look at the bottom, we do have Delibird and Stantler, which are going to be coming through the holiday season, as well as a ton of these ghosts for the Halloween event, possibly down the line here. And then we have a list of Pokemon that can learn the one-hit KO moves. Scared Sword, which is going to be for the Gen 5 legendaries. As we will see here, Cobalion, Tracheon, and Virizion. Very interesting. I have a feeling that those are going to be the first Gen 5 legendary Pokemon we will be seeing in the legendary raids. And then we have special move Search, when you're searching for your Pokemon, as well as Distance. The special move, I'm assuming like Community Day, possibly Legacies, things that you cannot currently get on those Pokemon after that event has ended. And then as well as Distance. Now, we just had that whole tourist event deal in which we had to trade people to get the distance for the 10,000 kilometers. It would have been really nice to have that search back then. All right, so at least they're adding it now. New boxes, it looks like, for newer trainers. New trainer box and then beginner box. Okay, very interesting. I would assume that they're gearing up for a lot of people to start playing Pokemon Go, because they're going to be getting tons of these updates, which are going to attract more people to possibly play, or they're just trying to cater to the newer trainers and help them get even more shinies, which I'm really salty about. All right, so global event is scheduled for November 2nd at 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. your local time, wherever you are. So that's going to be pretty fun. I wonder if it's just going to be like a mass lobby. You hop in and there's just going to be continuous people flowing in there, because everybody has different schedules in which you're going to have to go up against the Colossal Pokemon with your ticket. And that is going to be Regigigas. Regigigas. Anyways, and there's the ticket, as we've seen. So it's looking like this is a permanent thing in Pokemon Go. Obviously, like we were discussing, they wouldn't put this pass in the game just for the Regigigas. Much like the EX raids when they first started, they weren't going to just put in the EX raids for simply Mewtwo, as we've seen the other EX raid bosses like Deoxys. And I know Mewtwo's coming back, but this is a game with longevity. I've said this when I started making my channel, and this is why I got into this business, is because this game has a ton of longevity. We are on Gen 5 and we're approaching sort of the, I wouldn't say end of the line, but if you're thinking to yourself, they drag things on way too long, maybe they bring a lot of the same things back over and over again. But you have to keep in mind that there are newer players joining the game all the time. And not only that, but yes, they're going to drag it out as much as they can, because this game is doing very well and there's no need to rush everything out all at once. So this new Colossal, I would say, arena or event is not going to just be simply for Regigigas, but for many other Pokemon down the line, which should be extremely fun. And then moving on, we do have adjustments for PvP. The health bar, while it pulses when you take damage, has still not been implemented. Actually, I have the new update. I could test it out, but it's a pulsing thing when you take damage. I don't think we really need to focus too much on that. And then this is probably going to revolve around the new buddy system a bit. I have a feeling your buddy is going to have a lot more interaction with you. As we've seen, it's going to have different levels of friendship, which could affect possible moves, like when you purify them, return might become stronger the higher level that you do bring your buddy up to. So that should be pretty fun. And then moving on, we have something very curious here. Using Star Piece version 2, using Lucky Egg version 2, Incense Ordinary, which is the regular incense that we currently have, Incense Spicy, which I'm assuming is going to be for fire types, possibly even rock or ground type Pokemon, something like that. And then we have Cool Incense, which I'm assuming is going to be ice, water, things of that nature as well. Floral, which grass and all that kind of stuff, possibly poison. And then we have Using Lure Ordinary version 2. I'm not too sure exactly what this version 2 is all about. Do I think they're duplicating and making another item specifically? I don't think so, but obviously the Spicy, Cool, and Floral Incense are a whole new item we have not even seen in Pokemon Go yet, so should be fun. Taking a look at the newest version's hatch animation, first glance it looks the same, and as you can see, as it comes out of the egg, it kind of gets bright and a bit of a different visual there. So pretty neat, I suppose. Little touches being added into the game with the update. So we're also going to be taking a look at something else that has changed with this newest version of Pokemon Go. All right, so previously our journals were just broken. I'm not too sure if you're aware of this, but it wouldn't show anything after you started moving. If you were still, it kept the information regarding what you just did, but if you moved the slightest, all the information in your journal would just vanish until you did something else and were still, and you were able to see it until you moved again. But anyways, now the journal is now fixed, as you can see here, and that's nice because it was getting a little bit annoying. These little features that we do have when they do become broken with the newer updates is kind of like, what are you doing? That one was broken for quite some time, but it is fixed again. So I will be going, oh my goodness, over the RNG yet again. We're going to be talking about that, but not in this video. I'll just end it here and say we'll talk about that after the Giratina raid hour later today and see what happens for me. But I will tell you this, I'm up to 102 Giratinas with no shiny. Yet there's people out there who do get it on their third chance. And if you're going to say, oh, okay, it's the RNG, it's random number generator, that's just the way it works. You can do 1,000 Giratina raids and you're still not guaranteed a shiny. Okay, sure, that makes sense. I guess it's RNG. You have to hit that specific number for your specific character in that specific situation, time, whatever, right? Sorry, I don't mean to sound a little salty or upset here, but it's just like I'm out here doing all these raids and I'm still yet to get one. I just want to be done with it, and it's going to be here for so long, so I guess there is no rush. But at the same time, you have people who don't even touch their accounts. They open it once, they do a raid, and they get a shiny. Not only that, they go to the next raid and they get another shiny back to back. First 2 raids they've ever done for this specific one. It's getting ridiculous. We'll be going over more of that later with a nice rant video, as well as going over one more thing that I have to show you as well. Look at this here. Let's type in Zangoose. All right, we have 55. I transferred 1, and I already had 1 previously that I did, and I didn't get 1 single shiny. Absolutely ridiculous. Yet I see accounts that are under a child's name or birthday or whatever, and they get it in their first try, second try, third try. Not to discredit them, I'm happy they got those and everything like that, but I think I just already went off on my little bit of a rant. We're going to go more into detail about that later. Thank you for watching, trainers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.